squarely in the forecast this afternoon in Santa Clara, California at Levi's Stadium. Today, it's week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the San Francisco 49ers. Two teams each hoping to get back to 500, and we're underway in week 4. Here comes the return from the very back of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. They'll start with a run by Mitchell. And he's got room. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage. Opening quarter, his opening carry of the game, and I think they'll give it to him a few more times, as they should.
You're exactly right about that. With that type of a run, you want to repeat it many times until they show signs of stopping it. I think he did his visualization exercise before this one, and they're paying off.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Now on 2nd and 13, Lance. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down. Well, that's not the way you want to start. A first pass attempt and a first drop all in one.
Well, you've got plenty of time to make up for it, but obviously not the way you want to get things started. Got to shake that off and get going.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. On play action, Lance. He finds his man, complete. It's Tucker. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 39. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs as we just saw there.
First down, here's Mitchell. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. The Niners in 1-2 through the first 3 weeks of the season. And they got off to a good start, but then 2 straight losses since.
And now you start to wonder about what this does for a team's morale, how it affects their psyche, because, let's face it, you work all summer pointing toward that opening game, you get the win, but then you don't carry it on from there. How will they bounce back from these losses and try and get right?
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
And this won't get there, won't be on line either. It's no good, off to the right.
Always disappointing when you miss a field goal, but when you're playing against a defense this good, you and I both know that's a crucial miss because you can't afford to leave any points out there. You've got to take them when you can.
They try the 50-yarder and miss it, and now this offense has it 1st and 10 at the 40. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And some room to maneuver. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. A big hitter there. A first down gain of 26 yards.
Outside handoff to the right side. If you're a running back, you love getting the ball early so you have vision to see what's happening in front of you.
Right tackle likes that call. Big play for him. But don't forget about the guys you always tell me on the backside sealing off.
When they talk about cutoff blocks, making sure no one can leak from the backside that can run a play down.
And nobody leaked. Big play. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Off the play fake. Williams. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line. A nice gain there to his trusty tight end, and now it's got them thinking opening drive touchdown here as they get into the red zone.
And in most cases with your tight end, you feel like you've got a mismatch no matter who's covering him. Is it a small cornerback? Is it a linebacker who may not run as well? In any event, whatever you see, you think that tight end can win that battle.
Running a jet sweep. This is Austin. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Well, as a wideout, when you take that handoff and you're coming around the edge, you're expecting to see nothing but empty space in front of you. But if not...
Well, things can go south in a hurry, and that's exactly what we saw on that play with a loss. Here's Johnson with a reception. And in for the Steelers, touchdown. Deontay Johnson, his first touchdown on the year. And the Steelers get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. Now this is going to be returned from the back line of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking...
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Akella Witherspoon. And the Steelers are going to take possession of the football. And this, Charles, definitely not what they were wanting to see. Remember, he threw 3 interceptions in the loss last week, and now he gives the ball away again here in the very first quarter.
And you have to think that this was drilled into him all week, too, by his teammates, by his coaching staff. They've told him all week long, we've got to protect the football. They probably crossed that fine line with giving him the right advice and saying it too much. And it turned out that it got into his head a little bit. That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at him and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. This will be caught inside the 10. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. Rookie to rookie on the hook up there, and it's a first down. Harris running straight ahead. And give him 5 that time as they draw a bit closer here for a 2nd and goal.
Well, he did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone, trying his best to get there in this game. So far, he's been denied.
They'll try to run with Harris. And he'll get nothing there. Stopped right at the line as that will wind us down to the end of this first quarter of play. Steeler football here to begin quarter number 2. As they'll see what they can do on 3rd and goal.
Ready?
They'll try and pick it up by running the option to the right. Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out.
Well, give some credit to the defense. They forced the big play, knocked the ball free from him, but it's a cardinal sin by the quarterback. Know where you are on the field, and he just gave up at a minimum 3 points.
Instead of getting down, takes the contact. The turnover ensues.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted.
Picked up by Minkah Fitzpatrick.
And the Steelers are going to take possession of the football. Well, such a costly interception, nearly a pick six, but now they're so close they are knocking on the door for a touchdown.
And I never want to get on any team for being aggressive because that's part of what their makeup is, and oftentimes it's successful. But in this case, you've got to be selective about it and make sure you take care of the football. That interception almost cost them 6 points. Now their defense has to run onto the field, probably giving the quarterback a few side eyes along the way. They've got to see if they can stop a score.
Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
Again, it's Harris. And he's not going too far. In fact, stopped dead in his tracks at the 3.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for him.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Well, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal.
Operating from the gun, Williams. Touchdown! A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year as his guys are able to extend their lead. And oh, it's no good. For the 2nd time now in this first half, he's missed an extra point. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss.
This will be fielded inside the 5.
Now a crease here as he's past the 30.
And a great return, solid field position. He's up all the way to the 45-yard line.
Any return that gets you to midfield is a great return. 1 first down, and you're almost in field goal position.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Throwing the out route and complete. That's Tucker. It'll be a gain of 5. And 3rd and 1 now.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
They'll send a receiver in motion left.
They'll try and pick it up with Mitchell.
And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage.
Going for it, it's Mitchell.
And he's not going to get the first. I don't even think he made it back to the line of scrimmage. He needed a couple, but he didn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. And this defense is going to get the football back near midfield, right at the 48. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
Here we go, here we go.
Williams on first down. Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Jayon Brown. And the Niners are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line.
They brought the house that time on the young rookie, maybe a little rattled through the pick.
And you have to be prepared for a lot of pressure as a rookie quarterback because most defensive coordinators are going to test you that way. So when you see that, the ball's got to get out of your hands quickly, and that means your receivers have to understand they have to break off their routes quickly as well.
Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down. Now the Steelers put a stop to the action with a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
Fight, 97. Ready?
They run over center with Mitchell.
And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Well, I certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
Okay, ready?
If they want a first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on third down.
And Lance now to throw. That's caught. He finds Danny Gray.
And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 28. The drive stays intact with a pickup of 13.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on third down, and they keep the drive going.
On the draw, here's Mitchell.
1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
Yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
On 2nd and 9, Lance.
Well, Lance throws the interception, his third.
Picked up by Minkah Fitzpatrick.
And the Steelers are going to take over at their own 28-yard line. 3 first-half interceptions now, and Charles, you'd have to think a fair amount of concern is developing over there on that sideline.
And there should be, because essentially he's been a little loose and possibly reckless with the football here in the first half. Now, maybe it's not all on him, but still 3 interceptions. That puts the entire team in jeopardy. So the play caller from here on out got to design some throws for him that he can complete, keep it away from the defense, and try and get him back on track.
Harris going to get it again on 2nd down.
And he'll be tackled at about the 35. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. 49ers have an extra defensive back on the field, a nickel set for third down.
And they'll try and run the option to pick it up.
He'll pitch it back and not going to be able to push this forward. He runs into a wall right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here.
A very good punt, but a 16-yard return.
And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10.
Here we go.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
But one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Throwing is Lance on third down.
He finds his man, complete. It's Tucker. Well, now the Niners going to signal for their third and final timeout as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. I think everyone in the stadium saw that big hit coming.
And I, as a former defensive back, have to admit I'm a little disappointed. He actually was able to hold on to the ball. He brought the lumber on that play. Give my man a whole lot of credit for taking the hit and possessing the football.
And picking up the first down.
Throwing on first down is Lance. And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver.
As defensive coordinators around the league tell me all the time, that throw is not for every quarterback because you've really got to drive the ball downfield. It's going to be a tight window for him to fit that one into. In this case, unsuccessfully.
Black shot.
Now Lance again.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Levi Wallace with a pick. And now off to the races down the right side. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown. Ah, yes, the old tip drill works to perfection there.
You're bringing back great memories. Used to love that drill. And a lot of times in practice, you work on not just one tip, but multiple tips, just in case the ball stays in the air for a while. To have an awareness and the ability to go up and grab it, and then you want to get some blocking support and end up in the opposite end zone.
In that tip drill, what do you yell?
For us,
and it's intercepted at the goal line. It's a foot race. He's at the 40, the 20, and he takes it all the way back. It's a pick 2, if you will, as that play backfires in a big way.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
And with 7 seconds remaining, not much time to really do anything.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today.
And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The 49ers ready to kick it away, and here we go.
Well, not one you see often there as he fails to keep it between the sidelines, and that is a penalty every time, and going to give this offense better field position.
And it's every kickoff guy's nightmare, isn't it? Because you don't see yourself doing this, and most of the time you don't. It's absolutely a mishit, and now your team pays the price. Bad field position for your defense.
They hand this off to Harris, and that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. Here's Williams. Off play action. Trying to lay one up deep. He's got a man. Complete.
And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
There's the arm strength that we saw in college and during the scouting process. And really, it's not just the arm strength there, but the placement as well. To me, that was an excellent combination of arm talent and accuracy.
19 Tiger.
Now a first down carry for Harris. He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They'll keep it on the ground. Harris again. Only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Looking to throw. Williams.
That's complete to his tight end Freiermuth. And the Steelers are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
Setting up the screen, Harris.
And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be 2nd and goal.
When you lose that kind of yardage on a pass play, you often expect it to be a sack. But that wasn't the case there. They completed the pass. Probably would have been better off just dropping the football and making an incompletion as opposed to catching it and losing that kind of yardage.
Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. Now a give, right side. Blackwell. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. A great effort there.
His 3rd rushing touchdown of the year. And the Steelers take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
And oh, he clanks it off the right upright. And it's no good. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive.
Now a play fake. Lance.
And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
Well, partner, they've certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
Okay,
this offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Here's Lance to throw it. Able to find Gray here.
And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
A give running right is Mitchell. He'll get this to about the 38. Another modest gain there on that one, and I think, Charles, you can probably pin part of the deficit on a failure on their part to really get this ground game established.
Yeah, they've really struggled to be multidimensional in this one, haven't they, partner, because they have to be extremely one-dimensional now if they hope to get back into this game. They'll have to do it by throwing the football and hope to have success through the air.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down.
Now Lance.
And now here is another interception. Picked up by Minkah Fitzpatrick.
And the Steelers will take over possession here up at the 44. Well, there's two sides to this coin. I mean, on one side, 5 interceptions now thrown for him. That's tough. But, man, this defense, they have been ball hawking and impressive. But, Charles, let's flip it back over. If you're coaching a quarterback that's struggling this much at this stage of the game, do you maybe try to get him out?
I would think about it, and I think about it awfully hard, but also you might want to look into his eyes, see what he has. He might be one of those players that you don't want to affect his confidence by actually pulling him out of the game. So you have to know your player.
And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
Well, Charles, kind of the future of this franchise on display right there. You had a rookie throwing it, a rookie catching it, and taking it into the end zone.
Could you imagine if we were in the owner's box right now and we could look at the front office and see the grins on their faces, to see the present making plays and knowing what the future will bring with these youngsters going out and making big-time moments happen for this team.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
Lance again here on 2nd and 10. And that's dropped underneath to Mitchell.
And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. They fake the handoff. Now Lance
out to his left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big. And now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them.
Here we go, set. Ready?
And they'll go for it. Lance.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Steelers, they're going to take over an excellent field position.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second-half blowout material.
On the give, this is Harris. And he's going to be down at the 35, gain of 7.
But no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
A good run got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3.
Dragon 60.
They'll run again with Harris. And they eventually get to him at the 17 after a pickup of 17 into the red zone, 1st down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
Come on.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
They run with Harris. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
On 2nd down now, Blackwell. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. Now Williams off the play fake. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
But their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive.
A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout that's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Lance. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. From the gun on 3rd down, Lance.
Taking a shot for Samuel. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Minkah Fitzpatrick.
And the Steelers will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line.
Charles, are you kidding me? 4 interceptions? I mean, that's a good season for a lot of defensive backs.
A lot of reason to get voted into the Pro Bowl. When you have 4 in one game, I mean, talk about a campaign slogan, right? I got 4. Send me to the Pro Bowl, guys. What a game we've experienced watching this one.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
A CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
Off play action. Williams going for the deep ball. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it. Brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
This is taken at the 18. Good blocking there. Nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 37. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Lance. And now here is another interception. picked off by Ahkello Witherspoon. And the Steelers are going to take possession of the football. The number 7 usually lucky here. Not for him. 7 picks he's thrown in this game. That's only happened 6 times since 1960.
And I know that the most recent time it happened, the guy who threw him, he had won a Heisman Trophy in college, so sometimes you just have a lousy game. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad career, but when you're talking about one game, 7, you're right, not lucky at all.
Yeah, Ty Detmer the last to do it in 2001 to throw 7 picks. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver.
Trying to run inside, but nothing there.
A nice play design there with a touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
The offense on 3rd down, they've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. And that will be incomplete.
Coverage was awfully tight there on 3rd down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
The Steelers send out their punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that,
yeah,
right?
He said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
A good start to the drive. Here's that's caught out on the left side. Now they can breathe a little easier, some room to operate, as they've got it 1st and 10 now out past the 20.
Lance looking to throw it. And boy, another ill-advised throw there, as that will wind up incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
On 2nd and 10, Lance. Left side, that's caught by Mitchell. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Again, it's Lance.
And that'll be incomplete.
Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage. I think this one offensively, this is what you just say, let's move on. Let's not even watch the game tapes from this one.
Yeah, you might just want to throw it in the trash, act like it was never there in the first place.
Yeah, just say we're good. I actually have heard of a coach in the past who took his team out to the practice field and ceremonially buried the game films from the prior game when they got clobbered. That was his way of putting it behind them.
Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same Surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
And he is going to have the Niners 1st down, as this defense cannot come up with a play that they need. In fact, they surrender a big chunk, 17 yards there on 4th down. From midfield, here's Lance.
And my goodness, another interception. Levi Wallace with a pick. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown. Boswell for the extra point. And that is off the left upright. It's no good. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
Here we
The
go.
49er offense set to get this drive underway.
And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the fourth quarter. This would be their third straight defeat.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. One play has them to the 37 here for 1st and 10. This will be caught. It's Samuel.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. Well, I mean, look, obviously there's no 20 or 30-point play in that playbook, but they can try to end things here on a positive note despite trailing big, and that looks like what they're trying to do here by pushing the ball downfield.
Well, let me go with the heavy cliche then, partner. Just control what you can control right now, and all they can control here is how their final plays develop.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
Again, they'll throw it with Lance.
And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
Throwing now is Lance. Oh, it's tipped, but he still makes the adjustment.
And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 33.
And Lance going to throw.
And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end.
And he's going to get this down near the 25.
To throw again on 2nd down. Lance over the middle, complete. That's Tucker. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout as the clock will stop with 33 seconds remaining. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one in the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
Now, here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending it?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst. And if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
Well, they don't need to score here, that's for sure. They could just kneel it. They've got the huge lead, late fourth quarter, but we'll see how they're feeling, Charles.
Yeah, we all know people out there who like to use every second of the clock, no matter what the score. And we know they don't need the points. They've scored in abundance already. Let's find out how they want to finish this ball game.
Again, it's Harris on 2nd down.
He stiff arms him. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. So this one